Okay, one more problem that's quite similar to the previous one. However, now if you do direct substitution, so we have limit as x approaches 1 from the left of this expression. If you use direct substitution, you're going to get 1 squared, which is just 1, minus 4 times 1, which is minus 4, plus 3, over 1 squared, which is just 1, minus 1, which, guess what, gives you 0 over 0. This is the indeterminate form. This means that you cannot solve the limit through this form of the expression, but you can modify it or like simplify in order to find the answer to this question. So whereas the previous one was just for practice and you could have solved it more easily through direct substitution from the start, this time we actually have to simplify. And that's why it's so important for you to get used to all of those formulas, right? Not squaring, but factoring out a quadratic, oh my god, factoring out a quadratic, difference of squares, difference of cubes, and so on. These formulas are really important. So let's see how we could approach this one. Limit as x approaches 1 from the left. Now, at the top we have another quadratic, yay. So let's see how we could solve it. So we need two numbers that when multiplied give us plus 3, and then when summed give us a minus 4. So let's start here, right? Just as usual. So two numbers that give us 3 when multiplied. It could be 3 times 1. It could be minus 3 times minus 1. And I guess that's pretty much it from the integers, right? Now, out of these, which pair, when summed, gives us minus 4? If we sum these, that gives us 4, which is not what we need. But if we sum these, that gives us a minus 4, which is exactly what we need, right? So these are going to be the values within our factored form. So I'm going to have x, and then I plug in the first value, which is minus 3, okay, times x, and now I plug in the second value, which is minus 1. And that's how I factor out the quadratic. Now, at the denominator, oh my god, I have the very popular difference of squares formula, so that's going to be x minus 1 times x plus 1, right? From here, we can cancel out these two, and then let's just try plugging in 1 now, okay? So we have 1 minus 3 in the numerator, 1 plus 1 in the denominator, which is minus 2 over 2, which gives us the final result of, minus 1, oh my goodness, minus 1 is our final result for this particular problem. So I think these limits are on the easier side compared to a lot of other problems on the midterm, so I definitely advise you to just memorize the few formulas that you need. I know it's annoying to memorize formulas, but at least there aren't that many of them, and it can actually boost your score quite a lot because there's a lot of these, right? We already solved like 3 of these year ones, and before that we had another like 3 or 4, which were also kind of easy, or at least some of them. So I guess that's an easy opportunity to boost up your score.